What's up, guys? Team Dark Knight here, and we're back today with a very special video. Actually, we've got a few things to be said. Big change. We are changing the name of the channel to, and I'm getting a card out right now because I am changing the name of the channel to the name of a Yu-Gi-Oh card, which I did look up, and there are no other channels that have this name. And specifically because Team Dark Knight, there's a lot of Dark Knight channels, and they're all Batman, and when you try to find mine, you can't. So what I'll be doing is I'm going to be changing the name of the channel to Magical Libra. Right here, it is spelled with one L, Magica, and Libra at the end, all one word. It's not going to be about this card. It just sounds cool, you know. Hey guys, Magical Libra here, you know. We got another Yu-Gi-Oh video, you know. It just sounds good. All right. So anyways, back to the topic of today. Sorry I was gone for a week. My phone would not want to record videos. I had to clear out my iCloud history. Would you imagine that? So I think we're all good now. We should be fine. Still gonna make this video and hoping it doesn't stop. Anyways, so to kind of make up for that, I am redoing the Dark Magician deck profile, and within half a week I'm gonna post another video just to top that off, you know, maybe how to play with the Dark Magician deck, who knows. But yes, we're gonna be doing a Dark Magician deck profile today for you guys. And also, if you haven't noticed, but I'm pretty sure you have, I also have this brand new playmat that all these cards right here are sitting on. It's great. I love it. It's got Dark Magician, Dragon Knight on the right, Dragon Girl on the left. You know, you got Magician and Dark Illusion on the bottom right, and you got Apprentice Illusion Magician on the bottom left. It looks great, guys. Dark Magician, you can't see him, but Dark Magician's in the middle right here. It just looks great. I love it, and this is the mat that we're gonna be using for most of our videos, if we're not gonna be recording online types of videos. So, anyways, without further ado, let's get right into the video. All right, so. Without explaining why they're there or anything, we're just going to be doing the deck list for right now, and then later in the video we'll explain why these cards are there. So starting off, we're going to have 3 Dark Magician. Alright, put them over here. Then we have 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon. We have 3 Magician's Rod. We have 3 Magician's Souls. We have 3 Apprentice Illusion Magician. We have 3 Ash Blossom. I'm just showing off the different card arts because 2 of them are gold. Loving it. We have 1 Palladium Oracle Mahad. We have 1 Keeper of Dragon Magic. We have 1 Magician of Dark Illusion. And 1 Dark Magician Girl. And that's it for the monsters, guys. Alright, we're going to move on over to the spells. Alright, we got 3 Dark Magical Circle. We got 3 Soul Servant. We have 1 Dark Magic Attack. 1 Called by the Grave. 1 Red Eyes Fusion. 1 Magical Eyes Fusion. 1 Super Polymerization. 1 Eye of Timaeus. It is a choice card. You don't have to run it. 2, oh wait, well, traps too, why not? 2 Eternal Soul. 2 Destined Rivals. 1 Magician Navigation. I started to say Magical Eyes Fusion. That's why I tripped up. And 3, and this is choice card, Trickstar Reincarnation. Alright, now for the extra deck, we're going to get all these cards out the way. Alright, for the extra deck, we run 2 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, 2 the Dark Magicians, 1 Quintet Magician, 1 Dark Cavalry, 1 Dark Paladin, 1 Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, 1 Saruja Skulldread, 2 Predaplant Verte Anaconda, I've ordered them. They're on their way. I just don't have them quite yet. 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. 1 Ebon Illusion Magician. 1 Ebon High Magician. Planning to take him out. Don't know. And 1 number 39 Utopia Beyond. Mainly because we have 3 level 6s that we can easily get on the field. Alright. Wasn't going to explain the card, but I did. Alright, and just for the heck of it, we got the side deck. 1 Super Anti-Kaiju War Machine Mecha Thunder King. And our regular Kaiju, Gashmiel the Sea Turtle Kaiju. 1 Nibiru the Primal Being. 2 Droll and Lockbird. You're not one to slide. 1 Secrets of Dark Magic. 1 Silent Graveyard. 2 Get Out. 2 Goes in Match. 1 Lost Wind. 1 Ice Dragon's Prison. 1 Dimensional Barrier. And 1 Evenly Matched. And that's it for the main deck, extra deck, and side deck, guys. Alright, so now we're going to explain why each card is there and what their purpose is for. Alright. The main deck, I'm going to start off with the monsters. Alright, so now I got to flip back through them. Alright, starting off with the monsters, we have Dark Magician. Dark Magician is the soul of the deck. If you're not playing 3 Dark Magician, then you're not playing a Dark Magician deck, period. The Dark Magician deck specifically is based on getting Dark Magician out or targeting or using him as material. If you don't have him in your deck, then you're not playing a Dark Magician deck. Alright? 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon, specifically and only just for the fusion so you can get out Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. You can get out Red Eyes Black Dragon by having your Xyz Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon on the field. Or is it Black? I don't know, something like that. Your Xyz Red Eyes card. By having that Xyz card on the field, you can ditch a material and target Red Eyes Black Dragon in your graveyard and put him on the field and use him as an attack, or reuse him as material. But he is specifically for fusion material. Alright, 3 Magician's Ride, because it is the main normal summon of the deck. You summon it, normal summon it. You get to search off a spell trap card that specifically lists Dark Magician in its text. It has another effect, but nobody uses it. Alright, 3 Magician's Soul, because this card is literally a material searcher. It searches off levels, I believe, level 6 or higher. Level 6 or higher spellcaster monster from my deck to the grave. Then you can activate one of its effects. So it literally activates from the hand. You send a card from deck to grave that is level 6 or higher, dark spellcaster, which is, most of your deck. That is pretty much Apprentice Illusion or Palladium or Magician of Dark Illusion, Dark Magician Girl or Dark Magician. Most of your deck pretty much. Send it to the grave, then you get to choose one of these 2 effects. You get to summon it, which you're always going to do in defense, or the other effect is you can send this card to the graveyard and special summon the card you just sent to the graveyard prior to this card, special summon that card, and then there you go. The other effect for this card, while it's on the field, you can send up to 1 and 2. Let me clarify. You can send up to 2, which means you can choose 1 or 2. Spells or traps from your field or from your hand and send them to the grave. Then you get to draw 2 cards equal to the amount of cards you sent to the grave with this effect. Alright? So it's a draw 2 pretty much, and it's a searcher for Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl to special summon Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. By the way, clarifying this card's effect, when you send that card to the grave, you can send this card to the grave, then you can special summon 1 Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from your grave. That's its other effect besides its draw 2 effect. Alright, just to be clear. Alright, 3 Apprentice Illusion Magician, because pretty much It's literally, you discard a card, special summon it, then once it's summoned, you can search off Dark Magician from your deck to your hand, and in your battle phase or during your opponent's turn, whenever your opponent battles your Dark Spellcaster monster, if it's not this card they're battling, like, if it's not this card they're battling and they're battling this one, you send this card to the grave, plus 2k, this one's at 36, their opponent only has, what, 1800 attack, you know, bam, instantly. That's what that card does. That's why we run 3 of them, so we can search off Dark Magician and plus 2k attack on, and defense on our most of our deck monsters. Alright. Ash Blossom, because you want to negate your opponent, because it's probably one of the best negates in the deck. What quick effect, you discard this card from your hand. When one of these when one of the effects is activated that include let me just read the card effect. When a card or effect is activated that includes any of these effects, quick effect, you can discard this card and negate this effect. And these 3 effects are add a card from the deck to the hand, special summons from the deck, or sends a card from the deck to the grave. Which Red Eyes Fusion can send a card from the deck to the grave. It has that effect in it. So you can Ash Blossom, Red Eyes Fusion, there you go, stop their Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Alright. Platinum Oracle Mahad, because with Soul Servant you can top deck this card on top of your deck and then draw with Soul Servant's effect. Even if he's in your hand, doesn't matter. He's no longer a brick because of Soul Servant. So he's easy to special summon, and if he gets destroyed and sent to the grave, yeah, if he's destroyed, pretty much, by battle or card effect, you can, and sent to grave, you can special summon Dark Magician from your hand, deck, or grave. So it's an easy searching for Dark Magician, and, you know, it's an easy special summon. And if he battles a Dark Monster, his attack doubles, so that's 5,000. Alright, one Keeper of Dragon Magic, because literally, when you have a bad hand, this card helps out because you can search off Red Eyes Fusion and be set for next turn. Alright, unless they Ash Blossom you. Then you're screwed. One Magician of Dark Illusion, and simply just because he is the extra Dark Magician in the deck, that way you can have 4. And we don't need 3 of him, we just need 1. He's just that extra card. And one Dark Magician Girl. Simply for fusion material and Soul Servant effects, so you, instead of drawing 1, you get to draw 2. And with Platinum, you get to draw 3. Alright, that's it for the monsters, guys. Now we're going to move on to the spells. Spells and the traps. Alright, so I'm just going to flip through them real quick. Alright, and starting with the spells. 3 Dark Magical Circle, because when you activate this card, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you get to add 1 Dark Magician or card that specifically lists Dark Magician in its card texts. Is it card? Or no, it is a spell trap card that specifically lists him in the text. And Eye of Timaeus does not count. I can't explain why, but it has been explained to me, and I understand why. I just don't know how to explain why. So if you're looking to do that, then yes, no. Eye of Timaeus does not count. Alright, and then whenever Dark Magician is summoned to the field, you can banish 1 card on your opponent's field immediately after he is summoned, and that only works once per turn, and apparently not during your opponent's turn anymore, because they changed that ruling. At least they did on Nexus. Alright, and Soul Servant, its effect is you get to place a card on top of your deck from your hand, your deck, or your grave that is Dark Magician, or specifically lists Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl in its text, except this card. During your main phase, you can banish this card from the grave, draw cards equal to the number of Palladium monsters, which there's only 2 of, and we run 1, equal to the number of Dark Magician and or Dark Magician Girl, with different names on the field and in the graveyard. So if you have 2 Dark Magician in both graveyards, they don't have different names. It only counts as 1. So if you have a Dark Magician in there, you get to draw 1. If you have 2 Dark Magician in there, you get to draw 1. Get the principle? Okay, good. you can only use this effect of Soul Servant once per turn. That is the banish effect. The other effect to top deck cards, you can use that all the time. Kind of pointless because if you use Soul Servant all at once, then you're either in a really bad bind or something's going on. You probably don't know how to play the deck. Alright, Dark Magic Attack, simply because it is Harpy's Feather Duster for Dark Magician, and it's searchable with Eternal Soul and with Soul Servant and Dark Magical Circle, and I think a few other cards in the deck. And so pretty much that it's a really good card to run the deck. Just one of though. We don't need a whole bunch. One Call by the Grave. I did sub this out for what was the Dark Magical Secrets, something like that, or Magical Secret. I don't know. I subbed it out for that because Call by the Grave is instead of an extra fusion card, it's a really great card to stop hand traps when they happen, because if they Ash Blossom your Red Eyes Fusion, then you're screwed. So you only have one Red Eyes Fusion in the deck, and you want to use it. So Call by the Grave really protects you for that. You want to keep it in your hand before you activate Red Eyes Fusion. Alright. Red Eyes Fusion. So what this card does is you can search your deck with this card, but fusion summon one fusion monster that lists a Red Eyes monster as material from your extra deck, hence why we run Red Eyes Black Dragon. Alright, so what this card does is you activate it. Instead of reading that whole effect, you activate it. You can send from your hand, your field, or your deck. I believe we always just do it from the deck. We send Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon from the deck or the hand, I believe. I'm just going to read it. Using monsters from the hand, deck, or field. There you go. As fusion material. And then you fusion summon that Red Eyes monster. Its name becomes Red Eyes Black Dragon. And you cannot normal summon or special summon the turn you activate this card. So if you normal summon before you activate it, you can't. Special summon included, you can't. And you also cannot normal special summon after you activate this effect. The only way around that part of the effect is if you already have monsters on the field and you link summon, because apparently link summon's not a special summon for some reason, because you can link summon Predator Plant Birthday Anaconda and then use its effects and fusion from your deck to the grave, paying 2k, and Predator Plant's effect now becomes Red Eyes Fusion, and its effect negates, doesn't happen if you special summon. So it's a bit tricky. Alright, Magical Eyes Fusion, because after you use Red Eyes Fusion, next turn you want to banish Red Eyes Black Dragon and Dark Magician from the grave to summon out your other version, your other copy of Dark Dragoon. Alright, Super Poly, because discard a card, your opponent cannot activate cards in response to this card. You can fusion summon from your extra deck using monsters from either field as fusion material. You can use their Dark Dragoon as fusion material for this deck anyway, because you can use Dark Dragoon as a spellcaster monster, and the extra deck here, I will give an example. Dark Magicians, you have to use Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl plus a spellcaster monster. So I can use Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl on my field or in my hand, and let me be accurate. Fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from either field as fusion material. So they have to be on the field. So you definitely want to have Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl in the field when you use this card. That way they can't negate it. They can't activate any cards in response to it. So that way you can use their spellcaster monster, which is not targeting, it is using it as material. Kind of like tributing it, which is why you would probably want to run Kaijus. So that way you can get rid of Dark Dragoon. Alright. So put that back. Alright. And for our final fusion card, I have Timaeus. It is a choice card. You don't have to run it. It is not searchable. The only way I'm getting it is if I draw. Alright, or if I start it off in my hand. Alright, so what this card does is you target a Dark Magician monster you control, use this card and that monster as fusion material, summon out a fusion monster that specifically lists Dark Magician in its card text. And those three fusion monsters that we run in our deck are Dark Magician Dragon Knight, Dark Paladin, or Dark Cavalry. Alright, most likely we're going to use Dark Cavalry, If we run into a Dragon deck, we're going to do Dark Paladin, and Dark Magician Dragon Knight is just, and if we have to, protect our back row just in case. Alright. Next with traps, 2 Eternal Soul, because if you run 3, it gets really bricky, and it's decent at 2. If you run 1, then you kind of end up needing to run more, so it's best at 2. I think it's going to stay at 2 for a long time. So what this card does is it protects all your Dark Magician that you control from your opponent's card effects. Every Dark Magician in your monster zone is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. And if this face-up card leaves the field, if it's face down, don't worry about it. But if it's face up, if it leaves the field, destroy all your monsters. Alright? And once per turn, you can special summon Dark Magician from your hand or grave with this effect. Or the other effect is you can search off 1,000 Knives or a Dark Magic attack from your deck. It's 4th. Alright. 2 Destined Rivals, because if you control Blue Eyes White Dragon or Dark Magician, you can negate all monster effects your opponent controls that are currently on the field until the end of this turn. Yep. Had to make sure it wasn't for the rest of this turn. Alright, so, and we run 1 Magician Navigation simply because we can ditch it to the grave, and then next turn, opponent's turn, we can stop their Realized Fusion, or, you know, they're called by the grave, or their Magicalized Fusion, you know, something like that. We can also use its summon effect if our hand gets bricky. That way we have an out. Alright. And 3 Trickstar Reincarnation, because you really want to run into this card like early game, like literally first turn. Because, you know, your opponent draws, activates a monster effect, activates a spell or trap card, you know, whatever. You chain Trickstar Reincarnation. They still have 5 cards in their hand, maybe, hopefully. This effect says banish your opponent's entire hand, and if you do, which if you do banish, they draw the same number of cards. You can banish it, and then its other effect we can't use because we don't run Trickstar monsters. So you just literally do that to banish your opponent's hand, make them redraw. And since we have 3, you know, let's, on the lucky chance we start off with 3 and we're on first turn, set, go ahead. Alright. Activate Trickstar. Chain it with Trickstar. Chain it with Trickstar. Alright. Banish. Okay, draw. Alright. Goes through. Banish. Okay, draw. Goes through. Okay, banish. Okay, draw. You've just banished 15 of their cards. Alright, guys. So that's the main deck. And that is how we play this deck. The side deck, I'm not going to explain it. I will go over the names in the side deck at the end, but now we're going to move on to the extra deck. Alright, so we run 2 Red Eyes Dark Dragoons simply because that's all we really need in this deck. We don't need 3. It's not the best card in the world. It's just a really good card. 2 Dark Magicians, because sometimes we'll want to play a Dark Magicians, and then the other one we save for Super Poly. That way we can get rid of their Dark Dragoon. Alright. We got 1 Quintet Magician because I love it, because I can play, I could fusion with a regular card, but what I would love to do, and what I plan on doing, is if I get Magicalized Fusion in my hand, I banish 5 different spellcaster monsters with different names, and if I do that, I can activate his effect once he's summoned. Because I did that, I can destroy every card on my opponent's field. And he's 4,500 attack and defense, so 45 right there. Alright. Next, Dark Cavalry, because it's a really good card. It gains, is it 100 attack? It gains 100 attack for each spell and trap card on the field and in both graveyards. So that's easily 3,200 right there. And it has piercing battle damage. Great card. Alright. Dark Paladin for just in case we run into those dragon decks. That way it can beef up its attack with each dragon card. Also, you know, once per turn, while it's on the field, I can discard a spell card or discard a card, I believe, to negate a spell card effect. Alright, Dark Magician just to protect my back row, simply for that fact and only for that fact. Saruja Skull Dread for late game, if I've got a bunch of monsters and I can screw around, I know I'm not going to die, I can activate this card. 4 different monsters with different names. Send them to the grave, summon him, use that 4th effect of his to draw 4 cards and put 3 on the bottom in any order to my deck. And then I run 2 Verde Anaconda just because if I need to get Red Eyes Fusion, I got it. If I've already used Red Eyes Fusion's effect, I can search off Magical Eyes Fusion. There you go. I've got it. All right, so I can do both of those. I just pay 4,000. You know, that's it. All right. Just to screw around, Red Eyes Flame Metal Dragon, so I can make my opponent take 500 for each effect after a resolution. Also, I can use its other effect to ditch material and pull Red Eyes by Dragon out of the grave if I've already used it for fusion material. Alright, Ebon Illusion, because, you know, it's easy to summon and I can ditch material, summon Dark Magician from the deck, then declare an attack with Dark Magician. His effect activates. I get to banish a card my opponent controls. Then the attack goes through. There you go. Ebon High, simply because I can activate spells and traps from my hand during my opponent's turn. Alright, and number 39, Utopia Beyond, because I run, I'll grab it for you real quick. 3, Apprentice Illusion Magician, easy to summon. They're both level 6. He's rank 6. It takes 2 level 6 monsters, so it doesn't take all 3. Not a hard pull off. I can easily pull off 2. And what it does is this card, if this card is Xyz summon, the attack of all monsters my opponent currently controls becomes 0. Once per turn, quick effect. You can detach 1 material from this card, then target a face-up Xyz monster you control and a Utopia monster in your grave. Banish the first target, and if you use special summon the second target. Then you gain 1250 life points. But we don't use that second effect. We just want to summon this card. All my opponent's monsters become 0. That's it. Then we start doing my plays, and then we attack. Alright, so that is it for the main deck and the extra deck, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm glad I got to make this video. I'm hoping and still praying that the video is still recording, because if I get up and it's not, I'm a flip. Because I recorded 3 videos in a row. I was going to post last Monday. I was. But it was because of my my video recording problem that kept happening, that kept cutting the video off at like 15 minutes. So hoping this is under 15 minutes. I'm going to get up now. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like, and please leave a like. Please leave a comment down below. I'm tired, guys. I'm ready to go to bed. If you want to see me do other kind of videos, please let me know what kind of videos you like or what kind of deck profiles you want to see. I'll try and do my best, guys. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching.